Evander Holyfield, you know, I met him way back in 2007 or 8. We had a duel against the Dominican Republic. And he was telling reporters, he said, I don't know what, because I ended up knocking the guy out, whatever, you know what I'm saying, still to this day, you know, but he said, he told the people, he said, I don't know what this young man is going to do in the Olympics, but he's definitely the next heavyweight champion of the world. Wow. And he's been saying he's been with me ever since. And then he's an Alabama boy, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. As long as with me. So, you know, with that being said, he's a great guy, man, and he's great for the sport of boxing and as a mentor as well too, outside of the ring. So
Brent was trying to do a little research on you, and he's like, so is he the WBC champion? I'm like, Brent, pump the brakes a little bit, man. He's the heavyweight champion of the world, in my opinion. Yeah. You always hear the term, and I hate to hear it because, you know, I do MMA as well, so I hear the term with you, brawler. And I can't stand that term because if you look at your history, man, you fought Ortiz. I don't know if he's 40 years old, 50 years old. It doesn't matter. Dude's a gamer, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. And you fought him, and let's be honest, you kind of got clipped a little bit. You took it, and you ended up knocking him out. Yeah. Well, then we go to Tyson Fury, man, a guy that nobody wanted to box. He has the crazy head movement. He's unorthodox, right? Mm-hmm. And you go championship rounds with him, knock him down in the final round. Right. So what are your thoughts of the term brawler? I consider you a fighter, man, because you showed heart in that last fight.
I'm definitely a fighter, you know. When people use the term with the immature term of brawling, that just lets you know that they don't know what they're talking about.
Exactly.
And then, because if they knew better, they'll do better. Yeah. And then, you know, with that being said, you know, you got to take it as a grain of salt. You know, when I do that, people say so many crazy things or whatever. You know, my thing is what really gets under my skin when they call guys bombs. You know what I'm saying? Well, you get in there and fight that bomb then if he's a bomb. This man risking his life for your entertainment. Yeah. You have the audacity to call him a bomb when you wouldn't even get dressed out and walk into the ring. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, so, a lot of things, people say things but they don't understand or they don't have the courage to get in there and do what we do. You know what I mean? It takes a lot of pride. It takes a lot of respect. You know, it takes a lot of sacrifice to get in there each and every time, you know. So, but, you know, it don't really bothers me, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just happy to be able to perform and do it on the elite level and be able to take care of my children, man.
Talk about this resurgence of the heavyweight division. I truly believe that you kind of spearheaded the whole thing because, I mean, you know, back in the day it was the Klitschko brothers, man. Jab and grab, boring style of fights. All of a sudden we got this uber athlete coming through, man, knocking everybody out. What was just, you know, the transition from going, you know, fighting the Olympics and whatnot and just making yourself a professional boxer and now being the champ?
Right. You know, when I came in, how I came in was because of my oldest daughter. She was born with spina bifida. Because I was, you know, coming from Alabama, you know, we grew up on football, basketball and stuff. So that was my goals and dreams as well, too. But, you know, sometimes when you have a plan for you, God have other plans for you. And when my daughter was born with spina bifida, I had to get rid of all the sports. I dropped out of college, you know, for her because we needed the money. And I picked up the gloves, you know, not knowing where it would take me. But like I tell people all the time, I speak it, believe it, receive it. I spoke what I wanted to do. I believed that I was going to get there, and I allowed my results to be the receiving part of it. You know, everyone has greatness. Everyone has greatness in them. Everyone in this room has greatness in them because greatness is only determined by service. Yeah. So what you put into your life, what you put into your time, your occupation, you can be great at whatever you do. And that, you know, that's where I am now. Yeah, I believed in myself way back when everybody like, oh, he's from Alabama. He, you know, because you're not used to hearing people from Alabama and being in boxing. Yeah. Because we didn't have a commission at the time. Evander Holyfield from Alabama, Joe Louis from Alabama, Ernie Shavers from Alabama. You know what I mean? But, you know, those guys started their career elsewhere because they had to. And it's just amazing feeling to be able to be where I'm from with little to none resource and to be on a major platform right now, affecting lives and bringing excitement to the heavyweight division.
So your last fight with Fury, obviously, was the draw. Some people say you won, some people say you didn't. In my opinion, if you knock somebody down twice, they're not going to win the fight. You know what I'm saying? So it was a draw. What's going to happen next? We're going to get Fury Wilder 2, and where's it going to be and when?
Fury Wilder 2, or should I say Wilder Fury 2?
Yeah, there we go. Know? Yeah.
That never matters to me. You know what I mean? Some people, you know, it do. But it definitely gonna happen. That's 100% guaranteed. It's gonna happen. You know, only reason it wouldn't happen if they somehow buzzed out of the agreement or something like that. But it definitely happening. We're looking like in somewhere in May.
Okay.
Of it happening, and location would be in the United States. Either gonna be the Barclays Center. They're pushing very hard for the Barclays Center, where the Barclays Center is pushing hard to have it to host the fight, or it's gonna be in Vegas. One of the two. But it's gonna be an amazing fight. It was an amazing fight the first time, man. You know, I'm optimistic about anything that I'm involved in. You know, I understand that we live in a world where, you know, it's so many different opinions, and you can't please everybody. You can't. It's too many people. You know, so with that being said, I take upon all opinions of wherever they feel about the fight. You know, and controversy sells.
Absolutely,
you know?
man. People love it.
There you go.
So going back from that last fight, what was the biggest thing that you took away from the last Fury fight? And do you think you kind of have the mental advantage? Because, like I said, you end up knocking him down twice. How he got it the second time, I have no idea. That's got to be in the back of his mind a little bit.
Most definitely. What I took away from the fight is basically what I already known, but I was just, you know, I don't know what the term I use for. Man, I was just being. Basically, I had the world. I had. You know, LA hasn't had a big fight in years there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And this country boy coming along, making it happen, bringing the excitement back to American boxing. You know, I had all the attention right there. You know, it already was hard, you know, building, you know, in America, because boxing is not the number one sport. I'm always competing against other people. I never had a dancing partner that really can promote it. I'm always promoting by myself. So I got the promotion. I got the dancing partner. It was great. So it captivated so many people. So many people were drawn into it, and I like finally getting the American attention that I deserve.
Yeah.
And it was overwhelming. But you know, I went away with the game plan totally.
Yeah. Okay.
I started doing what I know what I could do.
Yep.
Just knock out. When I pressure myself to knock people out, it never happens in the times. But when I slow down and take my time, that's when the magic happens. So that's the biggest thing I've learned. Just take your time. Just slow down. I know I know it was a big moment for you. You know, bringing the attention back to America. But just take my time, and I'm gonna be victorious. I don't see this fight going past 7 rounds.
Listen, we have to wrap here pretty soon. A few more questions for you. Anthony Joshua, obviously he has the belt as well. Like I said, I think you're the real heavyweight champion. What are your thoughts of Joshua? Is he kind of scared? Is it more of a management problem where they're just kind of trying to protect him? Because let's be honest, man, you're a fighting champion and you're fighting the real deals here. He's just kind of, I don't want to say he's fighting lower level competition, but he's not fighting the talent that you are.
His name have definitely sucking down in the conversation as far as boxing is concerned, because people have caught on that he don't want the hard fights. He's trying to make money. They say it's a business. That's what his people say. We're dealing with a business, you know. So when you're dealing with that, it's going to be hard for them to really just pay the top elite athletes or competition to get in there and fight. They said that they wouldn't want to fight me unless it was 2020 or whatever. So they weren't in no rush. You know, if they really wanted to fight me, they would have allowed me to accept that. Well, I accepted $15 million, and they moved the goalpost. They lied, they contradict. He out of his own mouth said he would take $50 million and come to America and make it happen. And we offered him $50 million, and he was like, nah, psych. You know, my fans deserve it to be over here and stuff like that. The dude don't want to fight. I don't know what's going. He definitely is not in control of his career. He got other people's in control of his career, and that's it. So we may see that fight. You know, we may not. We'll see.
One more question for you. We're at the Super Bowl. I know you're a fan of football. Is there any doubt in your mind that if you played football, you'd be in the NFL right now? And would you be playing tight end or defensive end? Because I mean, you're obviously kind of lean, but I feel like you have a defensive end mentality.
Right, most definitely. You know, I don't. The first question was like, would I be playing?
Yeah. Would you be in the NFL?
You know, I look, man. Back in, I don't know, man. I always ask myself, like I tell my daughter that was born Spider Bilson, the reason I got into boxing, I said, babe, if it wasn't for you, I don't know what daddy would be doing.
Yeah.
I want to say but I'm not sure. You know what I mean? And what was the second?
So second question, would you be like a wide receiver / tight end, or are you playing defense? Because I feel like you kind of have the mentality as a defensive end linebacker.
I'd definitely be like wide receiver, defensive end. I had to put more weight on me, but I'm sure they won't have no problem with the program.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? I used to be a quarterback as well too. I'd be so tall, can scan the field and see. So it's been either be the wide receiver, DN, or try for quarterback.
He can do it all, and he's the world champ. We got to let you go, but we are on TV. We're on all this other stuff. I mean, how much money do you have on right now? What's that watch? I mean, your sunglasses are like they got diamonds on your sunglasses.
I got like 100.
He's counting it up.
177, 14.
Hey, there's a lot of money in boxing,
especially
when you're the champ.
100,000, 100 and let's see, 14, and 40.
About 140,000,
man. That's why you're the champion.
Deontay Wilder. Thanks for joining us, man.
Champ, appreciate it, man.
Good luck.
Thanks a lot, man.
We'll be back on ESPN 690. Thanks for the champ for stopping by. Action Sports Jacks on Radio Road. Super Bowl 53 rolls on right after this.
Such a long game. You're going to have to play great, basically 4 hours of football. You'd love to start fast, provide some margin of error, but we were down a bunch a couple years ago to the Falcons, and it worked out pretty good. Whatever it takes, man, you got to have mental toughness to just fight.
That's Tom Brady talking about being a Super Bowl champ and what it takes to win the game on Sunday. 6:30 kickoff on CBS 47, of course. We're going to talk a little bit later about these 30 for 30s and Deion Sanders double play that's debuting tonight, and also to the director of the man that put together the two bills. If you haven't seen that, Bill Parcells, Bill Belichick. And part of our conversation is about the mental toughness of guys like Belichick, but also Tom Brady. And you'll hear that conversation later. And Brady is on a different level. It's kind of become like a little punchline, laughing thing. What do you mean he's never had coffee? What do you mean he doesn't put sugar in his body? All those things. But it's amazing the lengths you have to go to be great. Very few people have the amount of talent to just let it ride like that. And Deion Sanders, by the way, might be one of them. And I'm not saying he didn't work hard. I'm just saying you have to go to, if you are not a supremely talented and gifted individual, and there are very few of those in that sense from an athletic standpoint, that you better do something that is so different than everybody else. And Tom Brady, who is not a freaky athlete, of course, he does whatever he needs to do from a mental edge standpoint, maybe better than anybody else. And I don't know how you grade that and how you, like, I've always thought Tiger Woods in that category was unbelievable. The mental toughness of Tiger Woods on a golf course was unbelievable. So I think Brady is in that company and maybe even beyond that kind of company.
And we're talking Brady and, prime time. They fall in the same category of their work ethic as well. Especially Brady. I mean, it's been documented. It's in books of just how much he takes care of his body, how much he studies the game. And it's almost like he's never satisfied with his craft. He's always trying to get better. And sometimes the problem with primetime is the fact, like we talked about, he has that aura about him where there was Deion Sanders and there was primetime. And the fact that sometimes when, the fact that sometimes when you have that aura about you and, you're kind of cocky and you're very brash, sometimes people forget about that work ethic, but make no mistake about it. Deion Sanders also had that work ethic, had that mindset. You have to have that or else you're not going to be able to play at two sports.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people say they work hard. They don't understand what that kind of work ethic is.
There's a difference.
There's a different kind of discipline to it. All right, we're going to go back to the studios in Jacksonville because Kuz is about to lose it about the latest news coming out of the NBA. Just happened moments ago. Give us some breaking news, Kuz.
Dude, I'm losing my mind in here. I mean,
you are. I mean, we're having a great conversation about Brady, and you can't wait to get this news in.
I'm like, guys, stop. Hold on. Yeah, apparently, according to Woj, Dallas is finalizing a deal to land Kristaps Porzingis from the Knicks right now.
How about that?
Wow.
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, this morning, it came out that Porzingis was asking, what the future of the Knicks had in mind for him and if they were going to get him another star and all that stuff. And, man, it just, I guess it didn't work, and now he wants out or something. But, Woj is pretty reliable when it comes to talking about this stuff. So apparently, he might be on his way to Dallas.
Kuz, I saw an interview with Enes Kanter, the center from the New York Knicks.
Yeah.
And he came out and said, this is probably a few days ago, interview, I think, with Sports Illustrated, how he was saying that the Knicks are going to bring somebody huge in that no one's going to expect. Is this another step towards that, like his interview? And are you kind of buying that hype now all of a sudden?
There's a lot of talk that, like KD might be interested, maybe Irving's interested, maybe they can get Kawhi Leonard, maybe even Anthony Davis, who has talked about how he's interested. So maybe this is a move to just reset everything and go all in on some stars. But man, it's risky. If you don't land